Hey, good morning. This video is going to be all about trying out the new setup. I have glued a GoPro on the bike, which doesn't look super nice because it's so asymmetrical, but like this thing doesn't fit here or here, and also the camera, because the camera is not like on the center, it's actually going to shoot right in the middle of it. So let's see how it goes. So I'm commuting on my bike, and it's a good one. Okay. I don't have a ride plan this morning, and it's a recovery week before a sprint triathlon. But yeah, today is a bike day, or at least part bike day. I got the car to the workshop because I need to fix and paint like a bumper and yeah, just some small damage. But the fastest way to get home is apparently by bike. I did take a taxi before from this place, and it's about 20 minutes drive, maybe 25, but then you can also expect to wait a taxi for about 20 minutes, so just cycling could take around 40 minutes or so. Yeah, and the main reason I took the camera is also to try to see how the shot would look like. So you probably should be able to see my hands. Because it's a sprint triathlon and it's drafts legal, I would not be able to use aero bars, and I took them off. So I took a chance to glue the GoPro base plate onto the handlebars. So it's off center. It doesn't look super neat, but I'm not sure that it would look neat even if it was on the center. Like it's either it's there or it's not. And this one is sitting to the side of the handlebars. But it allows for good GoPro stickiness, and it is also on the center. And I can also I can also turn on and off the camera, and I can see if the camera is on or off because it's right at the top. So yeah, this is the setup that I'm going to be using for Aitana Tour. Now the road is actually among the worst that I have here around in the area, so if the camera falls off, it should better be today. But yeah, so in terms of the bike fitting, I actually decided not to move the saddle this time, so it's tilted half a degree lower to the front than I would use for the road position. But I felt that I don't really want to touch it, and it's not that bad because I'm planning for the sprint triathlon to take anywhere probably between 33-35 minutes, so it's a distance where you can actually survive a little bit of extra weight on the hands, and I don't think that it would be noticeable in 30 minutes. So yeah, I'm sticking to the same saddle tilt. After the sprint distance, I'm bringing back the aero bars, and I will have them for a week until the next half distance race the weekend after. And then I'm going to convert the bike fully to the road position, so I'll tilt the saddle higher on the front, and then I will remove the handlebars, the aero bars again. Now as I went over speed bumps, GoPro actually looked a little bit worrying. So it does rock forwards and backwards a little bit on this arm, but maybe that is fine because it's plastic, so it's gonna move, but it doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. And I tried at home, I can actually lift the bike by this GoPro handle, so it sticks quite okay, I think. And so also for the training week ahead, I thought about what I'm going to do and how I'm going to prep for it. I thought about pushing maybe a little bit harder today and tomorrow, and then having a kind of a taper from Wednesday to Saturday. Well, on Saturday being the race. But then I also changed my mind a little bit. So on Saturday I had a quite hard ride that left me sore. But then yesterday we went for just some family time. It wasn't a hike or anything, but I just felt sore all day. And I really felt like not actually going to train yesterday, so maybe doing a recovery day on Sunday. Yet still, because it's the last weekend and I thought that it should be worth doing some work, I actually went for a run, which I did one of my favorite workouts. It's 10 times 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off, and then it's 6 times 1 kilometer fast with 45-second break. I don't remember where I heard about it exactly. I think it was at the Tower 26 podcast, and I think it was a Lithuanian coach. I don't remember the name. It was about a year ago, I think, in the podcast. And the idea behind the workout is that you go deep over an interval which is about 4 minutes. For me it's 4 minutes something maybe right now, and then you don't have enough time to recover. So 45 seconds is not enough to actually properly recover from 1K, and so the heart rate doesn't really go down below zone 2 or so, even if you walk. And the idea behind it is that you go into the deficit of oxygen and you just stay there throughout the whole intervals. And then, like, first time you do it, you run at a certain pace, just as fast as you can for 6 times, but then you try to stick to your average pace from the first workout, and depending on how you feel, you might actually do more. So you might do 7, you might do 8, and this is how you progress. And then you run faster, and then you either run faster or you run more. And this workout should be good to get your aerobic endurance up and and just make you faster. I remember him explaining it in the way that actually this works for any sport. So it can be the same on the bike. You just pick whatever intervals are enough to get that aerobic system moving, so not some sprinting, something around 4 minutes or so, and then the recovery should be within 30-40 seconds, so not enough to actually get you recovered and feeling good. And for the swim it might be even shorter, depending on how deep you go and how long you go. So I've been doing this a few times and it feels like, while being sore, I'm not actually getting slower over the last couple of weeks on this workout. So let's see, but I feel that this work is doing something for my legs. Like, I love my program at Purple Patch Fitness, but I think I'm not getting faster runs over the last year. I definitely got more robust and I feel like I have more endurance, but I'm not really getting much faster. And last year when I ran really, really fast for myself, that was actually also when I was doing these harder runs for key sessions. So I'm trying to do this now, and let's see in triathlons now if I run any faster after about a month or a month and a half of training myself on the key runs. Like, I'm doing everything else within the scope of the program, but just the key runs and doing something else that I feel should help better. And yeah, so actually after doing this workout yesterday, today I'm quite sore. And I feel like now I'm ready to actually have an easy bike. I will do a harder swim today. But the swim you can always do like any swim, I feel, because it still helps you recover and it helps to recover the legs. I might do some strength today with the swim, but I'm not going to push the weights. I'm just going to go for technique, more reps, and trying to not really get even tired. So not to feel it tomorrow maybe, or to feel it just a tiny little bit. So probably that would be a swim and a light gym as a workout for today. Gym for maybe 20 minutes or so right after the swim. And then from tomorrow I will actually go ahead and start priming for the race, because I think that if I just do what we have in the baseline build, it's kind of not super easy, because there is still zone 4, zone 5 effort to get the muscles firing. I just might do tomorrow maybe slightly bigger volume if I feel like it, but we'll see. So idea is that tomorrow we do I think it's a bike and a brick, which would be like hour and a half in total. Then on Wednesday I think it's a swim in the shakeout run. No, actually on the swim it's another, on Wednesday it's another swim, and then on Thursday it's a light shakeout run, which would maybe be 20-30 minutes, and maybe like a 20-minute swim. And then on Friday it's something like a 40 minutes, maybe I'll do like 1 hour bike ride, very easy with some very short intervals. And maybe I will do a super short swim on Friday in the open water. So the idea is that I will go through a light week into the sprint race. So on Saturday I think that I will be biking towards the venue, which is about 20 minutes, just to maybe wake up a little bit better. And then on after the race, I think that I might be getting not enough training volume for this week if I'm doing a half distance next week. So idea is that on Saturday I will do the sprint race, I will do it hard, and then on the Sunday I will try to pick up the volume. I'll prepare the bike for the TT position, and then I will do maybe like a 3-hour bike with a run off, which I might do with some intervals, like half distance race specific intervals. But I'm gonna see. I hopefully my legs will be destroyed after the sprint race, which means that I worked hard. But if there's anything, I would do some pickups, and maybe instead of zone 3 I would do zone 2, instead of zone 4 I would do zone 3. So I'll try to put some volume and some intensity into my legs on Sunday, and then from Monday basically the plan would be to go completely light and into the race build for the next Saturday. I'm going to try to not do any volume that might hurt. I'm gonna try to do only short intervals, and then we're gonna see how it goes. My goal is to do, of course, much faster than a year ago. But a year ago I managed to get sick right before the race, maybe a week or two off the race. So actually I had a very bad run, which was a little bit strange because I had an okay swim. Yeah, maybe that was not fast, but it didn't feel super bad. But then the bike was good. I think I averaged around 34k an hour over 2 laps with some hill. I don't remember exactly, but I think it was around 800 meters of climbing. So this year I have a different bike, different position. I think I'm stronger, but my goal would be to ride faster, or I wish I will output a faster ride. I will try to pace it differently though. I think I'm going to try to still ride hard on the uphills, but then maybe I will put it back on the descents and on the flats. So I'm not gonna look at my average power for the ride, I think. And yeah, my new idea is that, which kind of makes total sense, but I wish I can get higher average speed on a lower average power. So we're gonna try that. And then on the run, so last year I did a solid bike, but then I felt horribly after that on the run, and I felt very bad right away. So idea this year is that I'm just gonna try and see a better run. So if everything's good, then I might be able to run. I don't remember the exact time from last year, but I think I can do at least 15-20 minutes faster than I did last year. So just gonna push for a just more solid run. And as I remember, it's 2 laps, I think. So if it's 2 laps, I'm just gonna try to relax a little bit on the first one and then push more on the second one. Again, depending on how I feel, how the day goes. But I'm gonna try to do everything that I can to have a good day. And yeah, if I only have a solid bike faster than a year ago, that's a win. Ideally, it should be not 1 minute faster, because then it's an expensive 1 minute. But if I can do, I don't know, 5 minutes faster, I would probably be over the moon, especially if I can do lower watts. And then yeah, so the run, I should be able to run faster. On the swim is actually a completely different topic, because I swim well in the pool. So I swim well in the pool, but then I go open water and I don't swim well. And last year I did very poorly on the open water, and I think that was kind of my own decision and my own problem, because before I had cases where I was racing back to back, and I noticed how my technique goes bad. So if I swim open water very frequently, I lose touch with the technique a little bit. So last year I didn't really go open water for training, which I think was the opposite kind of bad. So this year I'm going to try and do open water swims once a week, at least, together with the rest of the sessions. So I'm gonna try to keep two times a week swims in the pool, and then 1 time a week open water. And hopefully, if I can translate my pool swim into the open water, that would be much better. Because I think I'm an okay swimmer in the pool, and if I can do 5-10 seconds per 100 slower in the open water than in the pool, I'm actually happy. I'm actually really happy, and that would be the win for this year as well. So it sounds like just having a proper day is not too hard, but I still need to have it. Yeah, now I'm entering San Vicente, and I don't have much else to share. So yeah, I'm just gonna go and carry on through all the cars, and stay tuned for the next videos. Maybe I'll do something from the training rides if this video looks nice. Maybe I'll do some descent this week. Bonus tip: I wonder if this guy is driving like that so that I cannot pass them on the right. This is so weird. He's going like that all the way. or maybe not. Actually, I don't think that it's conscious, but yeah, it's so hard to press them. Anyway, that's all for today. See ya.